So, can you please tell us your name?
My name is Alaji Chernosware.
Okay, Alaji Chana, thank you for accepting this interview. We just have few questions for you. So the first one is, do you know what FGM means?
Yeah,
Can you tell us what it means?
FGM means female genital mutilation.
And what's your general opinion about FGM?
Um, to be specific, FGM is a very, very bad practice because this inflict a damage to women, especially to their reproductive health. However, I understand there are two or three or four of this type, where we call it FGM type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. And some would also consider the other aspect of it, which is female genital cutting, that is FGC.
Okay. So do you know that there is actually a law that bans FGM in the Gambia?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a law that bans FGM in the Gambia. This would go around to say female circumcision in general.
Okay, and do you believe that that law should be repealed or not?
If I have the power, I would really appeal to the lawmakers to really consider this, because when you talk about female circumcision, then the FGM comes. There are lots of things and there are lots of abbreviations, or maybe there are lots of medical benefits attached to this. Then there are different types too, where you have cutting the clitoris, which is like cutting the tip of the clitoris, as directed by Islam. I think it has some health benefits because there's a medical term for it, which is called hodectomy, which is reducing to reduce the clitoris, which gives lots of pleasure to women when it comes to sexual desire, because the nerves attached to the clitoris is really exposed, thereby helping the woman to really enjoy sexual life, and also help prevent it having direct contacts with other microbes that could lead to infection, could be UTI, could be other reproductive health infections that could lead to fistulae, to give offensive odor from the genital area. But the type 2 and type 3, which is not even prescribed by Islam, is something that I condemned. That is the total cutting of the clitoris, and type 3 suturing could be probably a traditional practice that could be used for contraceptive. And again, one would say, if for contraceptive, why not the contraceptive pills? That is the microgyno, neurogyno, and other mechanical or chemicals that are used for these preservations could mean the same damage they are committing. But then the advocacy against this is not mentioned in this. Instead, covering FGM in total as female circumcision as a bad practice, which I believe God the Creator would never assign people to do certain thing which would be harmful, be it to male or female.
Okay, so from your words, are you saying that you want some part of it to be repealed? Because you're saying you still are actually in for the FGC,
Yeah,
but not the FGM.
very well. The reason I stand up for this, and I also guided with the solutions, I don't want to act like the opposite that would only call for the banning without giving a possible solutions, but only a severe punishment and talking about punishment only. I am with the belief, being a health personnel, worked for more than 8 years in the medical field. I have helped deliver women in the labor ward. Alhamdulillah, I have delivered a great number, and these are all live birth. I have not recorded any macerated or stillbirth since I started the practice, and I have worked with women directly, like, who are involved, being in, be it STI or UTI or another treatment, guide as a nurse, and Alhamdulillah, they have recovered. Some wouldn't give me their feedback whether they've recovered or not, but a good number recovered from the treatments we prescribed to them. uh, I would appeal to the government to really consider the act. Hence, it is prescribed Islamically. Hadiths came in here to support it, and then according to the Gambian constitution, everyone has the right to practice to belong to a religion. So if you belong to a religion that is preaching to do it, it's optional. And then the Hadith said, if you are to cut, that means it's optional to you. If you want to be cut, be cut. If you don't want, then you have the other side too. But if you want to be cut, there's a prescription. Cut just the tip. So medical personnel like nurses or doctors could be trained to perform this. And I would really appeal to the lawmakers to really look into this and create a specific budget for medical personnel to be trained so they could perform this beautiful purification act that is prescribed by Islam. And there are people who want to go through this. I could even volunteer if there's no women ready to be trained for this. I can leave my job as I am earning comfortably. I can leave it and then go for this to at least do this for sadaqatu jariyah.
Okay. But don't you think it will be really dangerous right now to repeal the law, considering the fact that we do not actually have medical personnel that are actually well versed in it? And then we have heard different stories about women that have gone through it, saying the horrible stuff that they've actually gone through it. So don't you think right now we should just put that aside because we cannot ensure their safety the way the traditional women do it out there? So don't you think the National Assembly should just forget about repealing the
Uh,
law right now?
That's a very beautiful observation from you. However, if you stop people from practicing, they practice it in a bad way. You call it a black market, and that creates more harm. I am with the belief why we have the existence of type 2 could be because people are doing it out of a hurry. They don't want to be caught, so they make a deep cut. Probably there are other traditions that would encourage deep cut, but this is what I believe in. Probably it is because they are rushing it, they are not doing it under medical supervision, or they are not well trained, so they make a deep cut. It will not be wrong to really reverse the decision to repeal it into to set it in a way that, like I said, to practice this wouldn't need you to learn for 100 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 4 years. Within 1 month, the skills could be perfected. And I believe it is now, else many people will suffer, many people will really face it because I have seen the harmful side or the negative impact of FGM on women. And gone are those days where we should allow people to go through practices that would really inflict harm on people. It is haram in Islam, and with my conscience as a Muslim too, I wouldn't want to see anyone go through this. It's high time we start training people. It is not late. People are ready to be trained even today.
Okay. Thank you for those insightful opinions.
Yeah.
We really appreciate this.
Thank you. If to add on, okay. To add on, I have also seen some people calling for the arrest of people that are really advocating for the type 1 to stand, and even calling for some people to be arrested. The funny thing is, you never ask the arrest for your parents. You never ask for an arrest for people that really practice those activities to you, but instead you are asking those to be arrested who are advocating for this. Are we really fair? Where lies the freedom of expression? Where lies the freedom of information? Because people are speaking to give information to how this could be remedied to bring into life so that people will benefit. If you don't know there are benefits, if you don't know that there are benefits on FGM, especially excuse me, FGC, that is type 1 mutilations is what they focus on. They would always say FGM, 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 relating everything to FGM. Cutting the tip of clitoris is, I can assure you, there is no mutilations done. There's no complete damage or total damage inflicted to the clitoris, but then a benefit to women, as prescribed in Islam, and medical evidences have shown that reducing the clitoris based on medical advice is healthier. I have not seen any statistics or results showing that women that have undergo FGM type 1 are having lots of complications as it is exaggerated by pro FGM activists.
Yeah, so I believe that is because they've heard so many horrible stories regarding FGM or FGC because you cannot really be sure what exactly how people do it. I guess that's why they're really so strong about their activism, and we should really listen to both sides.
That's very true.
And
I sympathize them. I sympathize those who are victim of the negative impact of it. Some of them must have had injuries that would never cure, never be treated. Is really difficult. Some of them, their sexual life is affected. This is because the practice are done by people who are not skillful, or there are errors found in this. But then this could be rectified if people are trained to carry on the practice.
okay, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.